Welcome to Divine Therapy Incorporated. Before we step into the warmth of the studio we are about to visit, I want you to find a place of absolute and total sanctuary. This is a time for your soul to rest, a time where the heavy clocks of the world stop ticking. Adjust your position until your body feels weightless. Close your eyes and visualize a soft, amber light wrapping around you like a warm blanket. Today, we are going to walk through a story about the infinite value of your perceived flaws. This is a story for the perfectionists, the ones who feel broken by life, and those who believe their scars have made them less valuable. Today, we listen to the story of a girl named Alara and the potter's cracked jar. In a village perched on the edge of a great, blue mountain, there lived an old potter. He was known across the land for creating vessels that were not just strong, but held a strange, radiant light. People traveled for miles to buy his pitchers, his bowls, and his jars. Every day, the potter would walk down to the river at the base of the mountain to collect water for his clay. He used a long wooden pole balanced across his shoulders, with two large ceramic jars hanging from either end. One of the jars was perfect. It was smooth, perfectly symmetrical, and held every drop of water from the river to the house without losing a single bead. The other jar, however, was different. It had a deep, jagged crack running down its side. By the time the potter reached his home at the top of the hill, the cracked jar was always half empty. For years, this was the rhythm of their lives. The perfect jar was immensely proud of its accomplishments. It felt superior, knowing it fulfilled its purpose flawlessly. But the cracked jar lived in a state of deep, silent shame. It looked at its own reflection and saw only its failure. It felt that it was a burden to the potter, a waste of his effort, and a broken tool that deserved to be replaced. One afternoon, the shame became too much for the cracked jar to bear. As the potter sat by the river to rest, the jar spoke to him in a voice that sounded like grinding stone. "Master, I am so sorry. I am ashamed of my flaw. Because of this crack in my side, I leak water all the way up the hill. I make your work harder. I am a broken thing, and I do not understand why you keep me." The old potter smiled, his eyes crinkling like worn leather. He picked up the cracked jar and held it close to his chest. He didn't speak of fixing the crack. He didn't speak of the water lost. Instead, he said, "Alara, as we walk back up the hill today, I want you to look not at yourself, but at the ground beneath you. I want you to notice what has happened on your side of the path over these many years." As they began the long climb, the cracked jar looked down. For the first time, it noticed that on its side of the path, there was a magnificent trail of wildflowers. There were vibrant red poppies, delicate blue cornflowers, and sweet-smelling jasmine. The colors were so bright they seemed to glow against the grey mountain stone. But when the jar looked across to the other side of the path, the side where the perfect jar traveled, it saw only dry, dusty earth. The potter whispered, "I have always known about your flaw, Alara. And so, I planted seeds of flowers only on your side of the path. Every day, as we walked back from the river, you were the one who watered them. You didn't know it, but your leak was actually a blessing. Without your crack, these flowers would never have bloomed. Without your perceived brokenness, there would be no beauty on this mountain. The perfect jar is wonderful for holding water, but you, my dear, are the one who creates life." The jar was silent. It realized that the potter didn't see the crack as a mistake. He saw it as a design feature. He had integrated the jar's brokenness into a much larger and more beautiful plan. The jar began to understand that its value was not measured by its ability to be perfect or whole, but by its ability to let the light and the water flow through it to reach something else. This is the lesson of kintsugi, the ancient art of repairing broken pottery with gold. In this tradition, a broken bowl is not hidden or thrown away. The cracks are filled with precious metal, making the scars the most beautiful and valuable part of the object. The history of the break becomes part of the art. The potter told Alara, "You think your trauma, your mistakes, and your wounds make you less worthy of the divine. But I tell you, it is through those very cracks that the light of the Creator shines most brightly. A perfect vessel is closed off, but a broken vessel is open to the world. As the years went on, the cracked jar stopped trying to be like the perfect jar. It began to take pride in its leak. It realized that its purpose was not just to carry water, but to be a bridge between the river and the flowers. It understood that perfection is a prison, but imperfection is a garden. If you are watching this today, and you feel like the cracked jar, I want you to take a deep, slow breath. I want you to look back at the path of your life. You may see only the water you have lost. You may see only the mistakes you have made and the pain you have endured. But the divine is asking you to look closer. Look at the people you have comforted because you understood their pain. Look at the empathy you have grown because your own heart was once broken. Look at the beauty that has bloomed in the lives of others because you were leaking kindness and wisdom that you didn't even know you had. Your scars are not signs of weakness, they are medals of survival. Your flaws are not obstacles to your purpose, they are the very tools of your purpose. The divine potter does not make mistakes. He knew about your crack before you were even formed, and he has already planted the seeds that only you can water. Imagine yourself now, standing in that mountain studio. See the potter sitting at his wheel. He is not looking for a perfect lump of clay. He is looking for a heart that is open. See him taking the gold of his love and filling the cracks in your soul. Feel the warmth of that gold as it sets, making you stronger in the broken places than you ever were before. Take a long, deep breath in for 4 seconds. Hold it for 4 seconds. Now, as you exhale for 8 seconds, visualize yourself letting go of the need to be perfect. Release the shame. Release the comparison. You are not a failed version of someone else, you are a magnificent, one-of-a-kind masterpiece of the potter. At Divine Therapy Incorporated, we believe that your brokenness is where the healing begins. We know the weight of the shame, but we also know the beauty of the wildflowers. Stop trying to fix yourself and start noticing what you are watering. Your life is a gift, and your flaws are the windows through which the light of heaven enters the world. Stay in this space of golden healing for a few more minutes. Feel the strength of your scars. Feel the beauty of your side of the path. You are worthy, you are beautiful, and you are exactly where you are meant to be. Thank you for trusting us with your journey. You are the potter's treasure. Until next time, stay in the grace and remain in the light.